start my first day of work today, and I was gonna come on and tell you about, oh, here's how I feel about my first day of work, which I'll still do, but I realized I didn't tell you I got a job. So, haha, got a job. Okay, so here's the deal. This is clearly a real raw video. I don't have lighting, regular old makeup on, and I'm holding this with my hand on my iPhone. So sorry if it's a little too raw for some of you, but so I am looking at going back to work. I'm not shutting down the channel, I'm not shutting down my business, but I realized I somehow worked myself into a corner where I work alone and I live alone and I'm an extrovert. And so for my mental health, I need people. I miss being part of a team. I think a lot of people over the next couple of years who have gone through the Great Resignation and are looking at, let me do my own thing, might come to the same conclusion I'm coming to of, hey, I want a job. So this is the start of me going to find a job. I don't know what it's gonna be yet. I'm going to try and document the process as much as possible and take you with me. I'm gonna practice what I preach. I do believe this is an adventure. This is a process. Let's try and make this fun, getting my mindset around having a good time with it and not being overwhelmed. And let me tell you, even before even starting it, I've already done all the things I warn you not to do, like talk myself out of things and, oh, that won't work before even trying. And so I'm gonna go through this process myself and share it with you. So here we go. Okay, hi. So I am actually about to go do an info interview. I am dressed really casually for it. This is someone I know through church. One of the areas I'm interested in is training and development. And it just so happens that a girl in my Bible study works in training. So I said, hey, could we get coffee? I'd like to hear more about what you do. Since she's someone I know, and since we're squeezing it in at a weird time, like before I go to meet my trainer at the gym, I am dressed like this. If this was somebody that I didn't know as well, I would of course dress up more. But this is gonna be my first info interview of this journey. And I did just have coffee with a friend the other day and said, hey, I'm looking. I've even thought about this job, something she knew about, and she said, oh, put my name down as a reference. So I guess the tip for this one is just start with the people you know. Think about who has any connection to what you want to do, and even the people who don't, just let them know you're looking. And like I always tell you, let them provide the connection. Let them go, oh, I know someone who does that, but they can't help you if they don't know. So we'll see how this goes. Good morning. So I am sitting here working on my resume. I don't like writing or revising my resume as much as you don't like revising it. So I have gone back to grad school rules. I set a timer for 15 minutes, and I'll be honest, I even got distracted during that. So that's one thing to know as I go through this process. The other is I'm right now adding my current business onto my resume. I'm looking over because it's, oh, Alexa, turn off the timer. See, that was the timer. I got distracted to talk to you. I'm working on my resume right now. For my current business, right now, the bullet points I have from when I updated it a while ago, it's all basically career related, like the career coaching side. And I am a pen to paper person. I like a big blank sheet of paper. I am about to go through and just brainstorm what are kind of the different buckets of what I do in my business. And I did this for my last job too. Like, what are the different facets of my job? So in my past job, there was leadership and management, there was student-facing work, there was employer-facing work, like working with partners. So for you, it might be, okay, I have my management of my team, I have my client-facing work, I have marketing that I do, or where's the project management side of things. So kind of I'm about to go and do, the lovely brainstorm bubbles to kind of come up with the different elements of what I do in my work before I put them on my resume. So there's something for you too. Good morning. So I haven't really recorded a lot because I'll be honest, I haven't been doing a lot in my job search. I've been doing what I tell all of you not to do, right? Scrolling job boards and saving and going, oh, that's interesting. I did have one informational interview with someone. I have another tomorrow, but a job did come up through a friend, or really a loose tie, as we talk about. I wrote them and said, hey, I think I'm interested in the position. I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm qualified enough or not. I have some of the skills. I don't know if I have all, but I tell you to go for it, so I'm going for it. But that of course meant redoing my resume or adding, this job included skills that I have, but things that I had not put on my resume yet. And so as much as I tell you, do it ahead of time, of course, last night, I'm sitting here editing my resume. Now, I have a CV since I worked in higher education, and so my master resume is over 4 pages long in 11-point font, and I needed to add in this extra skill set. And so I've gotten it down to 2 pages, but let me tell you, to get it down, you do have to edit, cut again, and I saw myself going through the things some of you have told me. Like, there are things on our resume that we are just proud of, right? There are things we go, no, but they need to see that. Like, that shows this to them. That shows that I'm a hard worker. That shows that I have strong character. And as you edit through, you start to learn, wow, that just really matters to me. Like, you really have to be harsh about, does this portray what they need to see for this job? Or is this point redundant? Like, oh, I care about this, but haven't I progressed past this point? Like at a practicum, I talk about serving as an on-camera host for educational content. Well, since then, I've done workshops and presentations and hosted a YouTube channel, right? So it's like, oh, that line doesn't need to be there anymore. It just really matters to me because it was the start of a lot of this, but they don't need to see it. And so I had to cut things like that. But just know, you're gonna edit and edit and edit again. Cut. It goes through layers. But know that if you struggle with that, you are not alone. I'm the one who teaches you to do it. And even I was like, oh, but I don't want to cut that piece, but I have to. So now I'm about to send this person my resume. We'll see how it goes. Hello. Okay, so Teddy and I are sitting on the floor. He's a little scared of the phone stand. He and I are sitting on the floor because I am about to start brainstorming for an interview. So y'all, I use my own stuff. I have my company intel sheet and my study guide back here. I have not interviewed in at least 3, if not 4 years. And this is for something totally different than what I used to do. So I have to come up with all new interview answers, etc. So I'm gonna start my master interview study guide today, which is exciting. But one thing I wanted to go over first is this is a job that does not have a job description. This is a job I'm interviewing for because I know the owner of, it's a small business, and he just posted on Facebook, hey, I'm looking for somebody for this role. If you're interested, let me know, or if you know of anyone. So I threw my hat in the ring and said, hey, do you have a job description? He said, no, but here's what the job entails. So I am about to take some blank paper and just write out the different components that he said are involved, and then try to think through what are questions off of that. So one thing that I'll share with you is he said, we need someone who has great client relations. So, okay, I'm gonna have time you had great customer service, time you needed to improve customer service, time you fixed a problem for someone, all of those sorts of things. Those are some questions I can come up with off of what he told me. Since I have kind of a non-existent job description, I can go a little bit further based off what he said. I wish you could see, you guys just got to see the cute puppy who just seems a little worried this morning. He's fine. Look, I'm fine. Doesn't he look fine? He just has a face that looks worried. He's got a very good life. He's just gonna sit in my lap like a happy boy. I am gonna work on doing that, and then the next, just to come up with questions I should be thinking of, and then the next thing I'm gonna do is I am gonna journal a little bit. So this is something I haven't talked about before, but with this job, when I first heard about it, I started getting really excited, and I haven't looked for a job in a while. I haven't had this. I started getting really excited, and I started connecting the dots of like, oh yeah, I could do that they asked for because I've done this other thing before. Oh, I would be a great fit for them for this reason or that reason. And so I am gonna just journal out my initial thoughts of, why do I want this job? Why do I think I'm a good fit? What excites me? What do I think I can learn? I'm gonna just kind of write those things out very naturally, very authentically before trying to compose interview answers with them. So those are kind of my first steps, and I just thought I would share with you. Good morning. Back on the floor before work and working out. Got a little buddy with me. And prepping again for interviews. So I think I said this before, but I'm just gonna say it again. Y'all, I don't know how good my chances are at this job. This is not like I am definitely the #1 candidate. Like, I'm not sure. So I'm putting that out there because I think a lot of you feel that way, and I just want you to know I have that too. So I'm gonna do my best to make the connections between me and this role, but at the end of the day, the cards are gonna fall where they may. You know, this is why I always say my goal for you and my goal for myself in this is, can I walk away from the interview going, I did the best job possible with what I had. I'm proud of my answers. I feel like I prepared well. There isn't any more I could have done, because sometimes you're just not the right fit. Sometimes there is just a better candidate. That happens. We don't control that part. So I'm focusing on the part I can control. Gonna start using my note cards now and get into it. Okay, 2 more things as I sit here on the floor. I just want to let you know, I tell all of you, like, make this process as enjoyable as possible. I have my coffee, I have my snack, and I set a timer. Now, I love timer cubes. I've got it on 15 minutes right now. So I'm working 15 minutes at a time and then I get a break. So right now I'm working on Tell Me About Yourself. And y'all, now I've got some thoughts on Tell Me About Yourself. I've realized writing out your answers is sort of like if you've ever organized a room. It gets worse before it gets better. And we have to get the mess of all our thoughts on paper to finally go, what parts actually matter? So I was just going through my Tell Me About Yourself. I think too, we all take the long way around. Like, you gotta get it all out there. I had stuff about earlier in my career to get to where I am now and realized, okay, I can just start here. Okay, I just need to pull these 4 points. They don't need all this other information. That's why we practice, because if I didn't do that, I would have said all of that other junk in the room that they don't need to hear. Tell me about yourself and all the questions. This is why we brain dump first. This is why on the study guide we brain dump, so that you can then formalize an answer. Okay, it's the morning of the interview. I have the interview at 11. It's about 9:15 right now. I am about to practice all of my answers again, because never let the first time you say these things out loud be on the call. And y'all, even yesterday when I was trying to go through Tell Me About Yourself, I was boring myself to tears because I was stumbling over my words. Also, I live alone. I've talked to my mom on the phone for 30 seconds this morning. I need to like warm up my mouth at getting used to saying words again. So I'm about to practice everything all over and just get really natural and really in the flow of saying my answers. Also, please know I'm gonna put a jacket on for the interview, because I know some of you right now are like, is she really just gonna wear that tank top? No, I'm not. I'm gonna put a blazer on. This is only a half-hour interview. This is for a small business. I think I'm gonna make a whole video just about interviewing and applying for small businesses, because it can be really different. So yeah, it's only a half hour. So I have a feeling it's gonna be more conversational, but never bet on that. Still prepare things. So that's why I'm still gonna prepare, and I'll give you more behind the scenes later. Okay, so interview's over. I've already put my hair back. I've already changed outfits, but I wanted to give you some thoughts. So the interview was very conversational. This is someone that we've met in person for about 30 seconds before, but we've been in online groups together, kind of run in similar circles. So we knew each other. So it was a little bit more conversational. My debrief of the interview is that I feel good about how it went. I feel good about what I shared. Am I already thinking, oh, I should have told him about this? Oh, it would have been smart to bring up that? Of course, because everybody does that after. But overall, I feel good about it. 2 good signs that I thought would be helpful to share with you are they asked me to take a next step, which was to do an assessment, which if he didn't think I was worthy, wouldn't have asked me to do that. And then asked me when I would be able to start. So those are good signs. Are they signs that it's my job to get? No, but it means they liked me, which what I take from that is it's really just going to depend on the other candidates. If there's somebody more qualified, then they're going to get it, and that's okay. But those 2 signs let me know they didn't hate me. I didn't say anything weird. It just may be that there's a better candidate, but it doesn't mean I was bad. I hope this makes sense. So those are things I think you should know going forward, that those are always good signs. You know, sometimes it comes down to they just need to pick one. Now with this company, they're growing really fast. So I could honestly see, even if they hired somebody else, if they liked me, if there's room to hire another person for this role, which there could be 2-3 months from now, I think they would come back around, and that's totally okay. This goes to what I've said of like, sometimes they like 4 of you, but they only have room for 1 person. And so the signs are there for me that it went well. That doesn't mean I will be the one with the job. So we'll see. Just want to share with you my debrief thoughts. Hello, I'm on the floor again. One thing you're gonna see throughout these vlogs is I spend an alarming amount of time on my office floor. It's very professional. I'm just coming by to let you know I didn't get that job. Am I sad? Yes. Am I surprised? No. I had a feeling there might be some people who are more qualified than me, who could hit the ground running in a way where I would probably need to learn some things. So that's okay. The thing that was good was they did say in the email, like, we're probably going to be hiring again soon, and we'll definitely keep you in mind, essentially. I'm shorthanding it. So it's a bummer. Back to the drawing board. This is what happens, right? We gotta just keep on keeping on. So I'm not gonna pretend I'm not bummed, because I am, but I wasn't banking on it, so it's okay. Good morning. Well, good morning here. I don't know what time you're watching this. I'm just snuggling a little bear real fast because I start my first day of work today, and I was gonna come on and tell you about, oh, here's how I feel about my first day of work, which I'll still do, but I realized I didn't tell you I got a job. So, haha, got a job. Now, it's super uncomfortable to be sitting this way, so I'm gonna move and tell you more. But I mean, let's just be real. We had to get in the cute, tired puppy. Okay, moved over to the office where the tripod is. So this all happened extremely fast. About a week ago, the person, Scott, who had interviewed me before and had said I wasn't the right fit at the time, but that he'd be interested in the future as they grow, came back around. They were already ready to grow and add another person to their team. And so he asked me if I was interested. So we talked last Monday. I accepted last Tuesday, same day I hit 100,000 subscribers, so it was kind of a big day. And now it's the next Monday and I'm starting. Y'all, this has really helped me remember what it's like to be in your shoes, especially after you accept the job. That time period between accepting and starting is nerve-wracking, right? I talk about the Chipotle world. We live in a world where we control so much and we don't control the job search. Well, we also don't control, right? That time in between where you're like, what's it gonna look like? What are my, you can ask as much as you want. What do my days look like? But am I gonna like it? All of those thoughts and, let's be real, fears and stuff start to come up because we don't control this and it's unknown, and we live in a world where so much is known. So I have been having those feelings, but I am very excited for this role. I think it's a really good fit. It's the first time I'm gonna work remote. This is my first time doing like a 9-to-5 remote. That's gonna be really interesting to do that part. I think I'm one of a handful of people that are full-time, but I'm excited. I did that video before about small business versus big corporate and what's right for you. And I think there are seasons for everything. And I've had seasons of corporate. I've had seasons of state government. I've had, can you hear Teddy's coming in to join us? Yeah, there have been a lot of seasons. And right now, when I started looking at work, I kind of realized I didn't want to go to corporate right now. Doing this, it seems like a really good fit, but we'll find out as I start day one. But I just wanted to come on and tell you I'm ready for my day ahead. I've cleaned my office. I bought new pens as a treat. And yeah, gonna start in an hour or so and work on my business before that. So surprise, I got a job. So I have been in this position as a content strategist, so helping people figure out their YouTube channels for about 6-7 weeks. And it's good, it's challenging, it's definitely a transition and an adjustment, having a schedule that I have to show up to for working for someone else again. But like I said at the very beginning of this video, I just realized that for my own mental health, I have a hair in my face, sorry. I realized for my own mental health that I needed to be part of a team again. We're not supposed to be alone and isolated. And so being part of a team again has been great. Getting to work on something other than career coaching has been nice and refreshing, but this is not going anywhere. The channel's not going anywhere. I'm still coaching people in the late afternoons and evenings. So if you need interview coaching, I am still here. But I will say it's been really fun to do this, even for the idea of, since I started career coaching, I hadn't had to go get a job. And I kind of thought it would be nice to be able to prove to all of you, like, what I say works. I promise you it works. Networking works. It's going to help you get a job. And ta-da, it did. So that is it. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know what takeaways you got. Leave those in the comments. I would love to talk with you down there, and maybe we can make some more videos about this. And about going back to work and things like that. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye.